So you start out. Who are the Minnesota Timberwolves selecting with the first pick in the draft?
So by the way, we're just going to be doing picks 1 through 14, which is the NBA lottery. So just so we don't prolong this. So for my number 1 pick in the 2020 draft, I have the Timberwolves selecting LaMelo Ball.
All right. Well, so I'll go into mine. I think the Timberwolves are going to pick Anthony Edwards, and this is without trades. So we're taking trades. If they have to make their pick, this is who they're going to pick. I go Edwards. Why do you go Ball over Edwards?
So I would go Ball for a couple of reasons. So obviously LaMelo Ball has had an interesting path to the NBA, going through the NBL, which is father created, and playing in high school for Spire, and eventually making his way to Australia, where he averaged 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Oh, you got the stats.
Yeah. So I mean, just though this kid's been playing against competition against grown men for pretty much since he's been 15 when he went to Lithuania. So this kid he's been playing against grown men for a while, and he's shown time and time again that he steps up to the occasion and puts up good numbers. I think it's no different in Australia. I think the only knocks you could really get him on is his shooting percentage, the 25% from 3. But I think that's due to him being one of the only options on his team. And I think it's due to somewhat of his mechanics. But I think you can see Lonzo actually transitioning his jump shot at the moment and he's been shooting well in the NBA 3-point line. So I think LaMelo, with his already elite playmaking and passing that can translate easily to the NBA, I think he's a no-brainer, and he could be a generational talent.
No-brainer. You're saying it's a no-brainer?
I think talent-wise and ceiling-wise, talent-wise right now, I love Anthony Edwards too. It is a tough pick. But I think if we're looking at ceilings, I think I would go LaMelo Ball as the higher ceiling right now.
All right. I think so I think Edwards I was bowling last night, right? I was at the bowling alley. ESPN was up on the screen. I was just watching Anthony Edwards highlights. And this is I remember last year I watched him play in the Maui Gym Classic. And I never heard of the kid before. And I just remember, I think it was against Michigan State. He was incredible. It was probably the best. I was one of the best live basketball games I've ever seen, just watching. And I was like, wow, this kid is special. But
scored 33 points in the second half, yeah.
Yeah, and I never really watched anything on him after until last night. And I think he's got it. He's got that it factor. He's got the it factor that you look at with the Zion. I think, especially last year with the situation of COVID coming in, no tournament, none of that. We didn't really get to see the season wrap up. Like with Zion, most of his hype came in the NCAA tournament when everyone's tuned in. I think if Anthony Edwards would have had that chance, then maybe we would have been talking about him as the consensus over number 1 pick.
And I definitely agree with you. I think I could interchange LaMelo and Anthony Edwards every single day. I always go back and forth on it.
Oh, for sure. And I would be fine with either of them. And I think that Edwards has a higher chance of being a bust. I think he either is going to come in, surprise everyone, and just be amazing, or he could be a bust. With LaMelo, he's going to come in. He's not going to average many points. He's going to run the offense like he's told. He's going to make great passes. He's not going to be what people are going to be expecting. I guarantee you that all the big media things are going to say that LaMelo is a bust in the first year.
Just like they did to Lonzo.
Just like to Lonzo. And he's going to be – but I think he has a higher ceiling than Lonzo. I think that he's going to start out slow, but that's obvious. He's a young kid. These guys are 19 years old. They're not these old players like we used to be seeing after 3 or 4 years of college. So they're going to take time to develop. And I think that either way, if the Timberwolves take either one of these players with the number one pick, I don't think it would be a bad choice.
No,